I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped in 41 and brought to the United States, given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married Childers. The reason I'm doing this one, I've uploaded a couple already this morning. It's 21st, Monday of December 2015. Let me give you a tiny bit of background. I had written about mind control murders, but these were deliberately done in patterns, and I was writing the book, MD A License to Kill, while I was living at Moonraker Apartments in Marietta off Delk Road. And this would have been, I was doing the book from 75 till April Fool's Day of 80 when I was almost killed. Really a miracle I survived. And I want to put this in here. I was illegally transported across the state line to Huntsville, Alabama, Madison County. And the condition I was in mid-May, I passed a background check by Sheriff Patterson as required to work for the DA Fred Simpson's office, Madison County, Huntsville, Alabama. NASA, the Space Administration, Redstone Command Center, you name it, is located there. Now then, while I was doing the book, Larry Flint of Hustler Magazine was brought into Lawrenceville, Georgia, and he was shot March the 6th of 78. I had a letter from the FBI issued from through Harper, the U.S. Attorney Harper from Atlanta, ongoing investigation, national security involved. So I'm just showing this to show you that Larry Flint did this article. Well, if I can get it to show, I've done it on a lot of others. Let me say this. The reason I went out in the campaign August the 31st of 83, I actually went there twice in October, was because one of the doctor's cases in my book was Larry McDonald, who was a urologist at Piedmont Hospital, and U.S. Congressman. The plane was shot down by the Russians when it veered into their airspace. All 200 plus went down and died. It was en route from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea. And by the way, I want to mention this. Former President Nixon was on that plane. He was taken off in Juneau, so you have to wonder if they knew it was going down. Now, what I wanted to mention now was I've been telling for a long time about how planes can be taken down, and they're done in patterns. The mind control murders I've spoken of have been done in patterns, and some of them can very well be proven. And I want to mention right here is Timothy McVeigh. Now, this has happened since I came to Roanoke, Virginia in '86. But he even tells you there about twins. He even tells you there that the U.S. Army implanted a computer chip up his buttocks. This is the implantable biochips, and it's talking about the New World Order. It's by, I think it's Tex Mars, but I was telling about all this. It even has the illegal William there with the chip in him, supposedly track him in case he was kidnapped. Well, that's what was done to me. What I want to mention first here, though, I've been telling about this all along the Virginia Tech shootings, 33, where the shooter appeared to commit suicide. Well, they're programmed to do it. You talk about the Sandy Hook and the young fellow there that killed his mother and then shot himself. You're talking about people who are victims, and you just can't, it could happen to you. And that's what you don't understand. Or you do, and you think that it's like a virus, you'll catch it. That's not the way this has worked. I did want to say about what happened last night. I've told about, there's been several over the past 5 years, I believe, where it was an elderly gentleman and an elderly woman, and then there's been some more, but last night in Vegas, there was a woman plowed her car into the sidewalk, and I believe there's quite a few hurt and maybe a few dead. Now, I don't know if they said she was a twin, but the twins have been used in all this. patterns and everything. But anyway, she'll if they're dead, she'll be held accountable like she deliberately did it's what they're saying. When she, more than likely, and I could say it, she's under mind control and programmed to do it. She doesn't even know it. Like the woman who plowed into the White House, etc., some years ago. Now I wanted to jump to the Miss Universe. So you can use your own logic. It's like a game of chess, or but you can use your own logic and think. You can look up my videos, and there's no charge. I haven't made anything except hurt because of all of it. But anyway, I keep saying that because I don't have anybody helping me that I know of here. But so then last night you had the car running at Las Vegas. And I would say that she was under hypnosis or mind control programs. Now you got Steve Harvey in Miss Universe. And Steve Harvey I like. I really do. I've always said that. So it has nothing to do with him, but where he put the crown on the wrong woman and then had to change it to Miss Phillipines. So I guess time will tell if this is ever over and better for me, and I get you can't undo it, but Elizabeth is a legal monarch. The crown never belonged to her. She belongs in prison with the rest of her thug family. It's about time they gave me my title. My father, Edward VIII, never married Wallace Simpson. She married a double. My father, Edward VIII, was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to artist George O'Keefe, American, Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, this is my grandfather, George V, that died in 36. This is the SOB, George V, did I say that? My grandfather. This is George VI, illegal, that helped take down his own brother, my father, with lies. He was never married to that woman. An imposter married Wallace Simpson and became the illegal title. It's no such thing as Duke and Duchess of Windsor. And they kidnapped me. Here's my uncle, who the movie was made of him, and you think he's this great guy. He's an SOB. He took down his own brother with lies, with the Illuminati, the Kennedys, who was ambassador then, Joe. And by the way, the two sons, Joe Jr. and JFK were flying in there during the time I was kidnapped and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin. Peggy Ann Dempsey is the name I have to use. I married a Childers. So the twins' name were Peggy and Carl, born out of wedlock, and they dropped me off there. How'd I get across the pond there? And they just built Cortland Air Base. So you take your guess with the Kennedys going before Parliament. By the way, I believe it was Robert went to Oxford, and that's where Kissinger, etc., and the Clintons, by the way, Chelsea and Bill. I don't know about Hillary, but Hillary is a upstanding citizen of this secret society with Elizabeth. So you get my point. Last night, was that just an accident? I'm sure everybody would like to think so, because they don't think that they can be given hypnotic suggestions or mind control and make them do things they don't want to do. Well, that's a lie, and they can. You're not immune. And I'm sure Steve Harvey didn't mean to make that mistake. So, you know, use your own judgment. But it sure would be nice for the truth to be told. And when Hillary Clinton's accusing Donald Trump of, by telling the truth, he's helping ISIS recruiters, man, what does she know? And what about Vince Foster and the whole list of people that died during the Clinton campaign? There's lists of them.